Thank you very much for choosing to be part of this online digital conversations and to have Hakeem to address us on an important topic. For everybody else that is joining us on social media, we welcome you on Facebook. We see you. We welcome you on the EmpowerX digital platform of YouTube. We also welcome you. Spread the word. The conversations are happening right here. From an empowerment perspective, during this time of lockdown, we felt that necessary conversations need to continue to happen amongst men, particularly when we realize that we are in an unnatural situation and environment where we are under lockdown. And sometimes situations like this present some challenges to ourselves as well as our partners. But we are here today to make sure that we talk as men amongst men. Remember, this platform is for everybody. Even though the talks are directed at men, we have a variety of people that have joined and have been enjoying the conversation so far. You can pass on the WhatsApp number to your friends if they want to connect directly through WhatsApp, 082 088 5262, or go to the Empowerment website, which is empowerment.co.za. It is a privilege to really host you, Hakeem, and I look forward to your talk. Just as a disclaimer to everyone, the views that are going to be expressed are Hakeem's views and not necessarily the views of Empowerment. We provide a platform for people to speak about topics of interest, and it is a privilege that we enjoy. Hakeem is a hypnotherapist specialist. He's a speaker. He's an author. His biography and experience is extensive. But like we normally say, it is about the conversation that he's going to ignite today. That's why he's our guest speaker. From time to time, you'll find that I will be muting people. Everybody's muted. I will be closing the videos. It does just help with the quality of the transmission. So don't panic when you see your video going. Right at the end, I will unmute everyone just to say bye-bye. It is a monologue. We listen to Hakeem speak, but I encourage you to interact on social media platforms, on the empowerment handles and so on. I'm going to now hand over to Hakeem. He will have roughly 25 minutes of speaking, and then we'll possibly use the last minutes to just close it up. And as I said, his topic is knowledge of self-determination. Over to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much to everyone who joined in. Thank you to the speakers firm, to Empowerment and EmpowerWorks as the company that is fueling my passion to talk to men and everyone else who's tuned in today. My name is Hakeem Anderson-Lesolang. I'm a village boy who grew up as a goat herder, and I have risen against every single odd that has been placed against me, and I'm still fighting every single odd that is placed against me as a young black man trying to figure manhood out. I took a decision in 2009 to determine my own fate and not have my life determined by what society says I should be or what society deems a black man should be. In that I've always wanted to be a particular type of man. I've always aspired to be a particular type of man, but because of environments that I came up in, that I grew up in, the kind of family life that I had, the kind of family life my friends had, I followed a certain almost predetermined, predestined route for all black men to follow. This seems to be this template that all black men should follow, and it's almost always misleading to fall into that trap, and it really is a trap if you don't wake up early to it. And I decided in my life to start being aware of who I am and to be aware of how I feel and to be aware of what I want and how I was implementing those things. And fortunate for me, I grew up in a family where we read. So in one of the books that I read Eliot House's, I think it was his father who was a therapist. I read his book, and I read Message to the Black Man by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Um, and in certain books, I found myself in certain books. I found what was happening in my community and what was happening in society as a whole. And I came up with a 7-step formula that's worked for me in almost every single walk in my life. It's worked for me in how I've functioned in relationships, in romantic relationships. It's worked for me in business. It's worked for me in friendships and in family, and resolving a lot of things that I wanted to resolve, either between my family members or or with my own father, he's my hero, and I look at him as without that man's tutelage and him being hard on me, I don't think I would be the man that I want to be today. So shout out to Brapita and all the other men that that he introduced me to, or that the world, the direction that I took introduced me to. So in talking to Black men on a daily basis, as a transformational therapist, peak performance coach, we all seem to have the same issues. We all seem to have the same issues in that we are either hard pressed to show up as providers and protectors, or we hard pressed to we determine our worth by what's in our pocket, which is very sad. And we determine how much we give to relationships, whether they be familial, with the family, with friends, platonic, school, whatever, relationships. We determine how much we give of ourselves to relationships by using the past and heartbreak and trauma and hurt and disappointments as a reason for us not to come into situations as 100%. And in so doing, we rob ourselves of being our value. We know what our value is. If you don't know what your value is, these steps will definitely help you out in determining what that value is. And so in my studies and in my sittings with the many men that I've sat with, a lot of it has been heartbreaking, a lot of it has been tumultuous, a lot of it has just like shaken the core of me to understand how much pain we carry in ourselves, how much disappointment we carry in ourselves, how much self-loathing we carry in ourselves. And it hurts me to see Black men go through this and to know that as much as we are around other Black men, not a lot of us can stand and say, Prayak, I'm literally here for you. I might not know what to do, but we're going to figure it out together. Instead, what we do is we lead each other to drinking. We lead each other to having multiple relationships that are meaningless, and we break people using the pain that we have as a reason for us not to show up. We lie to each other by posturing, by coming into situations and into our friendships as men with our egos. And it hurts me to see how much we hurt each other, whether we want to admit it or not. The lies you telling your boys, the faking, you moving around in these circles with your boys is hurting even you. And the fact that you become so arrogant to it. You become so arrogant to it that it's very difficult for you to say, I was wrong. Lives. And when you're wrong, because to you, being wrong, even when you know you're the one that messed up, even when you know you're the one that dropped the ball, even when you know you're the one that's robbing the relationship of the energy and the attention and the effort that it needs, even when you know, brother, even when you know, and I'm saying this to you as my brother, and it hurts me to say this to you, because you should have heard it a long time ago. You will lie, you will manipulate, you will screw people over. But who do you have to be strong for if you are not standing up for the things you say you love? The woman you go into who entrusts you with her womb and continues your family and your lineage, you ruin. I don't dilly-dally with the truth, especially when it comes to Black women and the Black family. The Black family the most, because children are the ones that suffer our own arrogance. Children are the ones that suffer our own arrogance. The same pain we encountered as children, as young boys, by moving in relationships, any relationship, with you and your boys, with you and even your work, bro, even your work, your arrogance goes into your work. Your 9 to 5 that's feeding you, paying your bills every single time. You find it difficult for you to add value, because you can't say, I'm finding it difficult to be here. I'm finding it hard to do this. I'm finding it hard, because you do not want to appear weak. You know what the world of Black women is asking of you? And I'll give you the points. I'll give you the points that have helped me become a better man in almost all the spaces that I've roamed in. I'll give you the pointers. The world of Black women is demanding, is asking, has been pleading for years. And it sucks that it has to be a Black man that tells you what Black women want, when they've been saying this for the longest time. Right? They've been saying this to us for the longest time, but it has to come from a man, because we do not want to listen to men. The world of Black women that want you to foster, that want you to stand by your word, the word that you gave, the promises you make, in order for you to lay with them, in order for you to almost build something with them. Because like I said, you're not really giving off yourself 100%, because you're using the past as a reason for you not to show up. The world of Black women is asking you to discern between weakness and vulnerability. And know that when you say, it is my fault, and I admit to it, and I'm to fix it. I'm not going to ask for something actually happened. Friendships, the ruin. Because now I'm going into the list now. I'm going into the list. 1, know yourself, man. Know yourself. Know what you are as a Black man. As a man, know what you are. Know how you are. Because when you know what and how you are, bro, it's easy for you to figure out what to do. It's easy to figure out for you. Easy for you to figure out what to, if you've admitted to what you are. And what I am could be weak. What I am could be facetious. What I am could be a cheater. What I am could be of value, and the value isn't appreciated. The value that I've built of myself, that I step into relationships with, isn't appreciated. And what I am in that moment when I'm not appreciated is I am not appreciated. This is what I am. I am not appreciated. Or I am not appreciating of what's being given to me, of wealth and truth. Because for some reason, we've imagined that wealth is the money that we have in our bank accounts. When that money disappears, does your wealth disappear? That's how you feel about yourself change, which is always the case with us as Black men. Is we think our worth is attached to how much money we have. And I know and understand that the world of relationships asks you to provide and protect. But until you feel okay with and within yourself about who you are, and you determine that I am okay. I know I might not have that 100 rand to pay my debt, but I'm happy being me. I'm happy knowing that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and actually do the work that's going to get me that 100 rand, or push me a level closer to getting that 100 rand. And I'll pay that debt. Incrementally, I'll pay that debt. I'll come into the spaces and places that I belong in, that I said I will be my best at. And I will show up 100%, even if that 100% isn't satisfying to everybody else. But you have to determine that. You have to determine to know who you are. And 2, prefer confrontation. When Hakeem or Abu Tep or Abu Tabo or Abu Simpiwe comes to you and tells you you're fucking up, as Grootman, or even as a little brother, when they tell you you're fucking up, do not bolster arrogance. Do not answer it with arrogance. Yes, it's going to move something in you because someone is confronting you with the truth you didn't expect anyone to see. When someone tells you you're fucking up and they give you all the reasons and pointers as to how you're fucking up and how you can change, listen, prefer confrontation. Because you know what preferring confrontation does? It allows you to communicate effectively, where you're saying, oh, Grootman, I'm fucking up. Where am I fucking? How can I fix it? Don't even concern yourself with why, because why always leaves you in guilt. Why always leaves you feeling defensive with your guard up, because now you want to fight everyone. When they ask you why did you do this, or you ask why would you come at me like this, it makes you build your guard up. You want to fight everyone. Don't ask why. Ask what is it that I can do to improve, because the person who's seeing you has logically reasoned solutions for you. So when they approach you and they tell you you're fucking up, whether this be a woman or a man, Grootman, old lady, your woman, even your daughter, even your sister, when they come to you and they tell you you've done wrong, prefer that. Prefer that confrontation. Prefer it for yourself, not for anybody else, for yourself. For yourself to mature better, for yourself to grow better. Because once you prefer confrontation, it helps you effectively communicate solutions, right? And when you step into arguments or when you step into confrontations with anyone, always come in there with solutions. Always come in there with a solution that you can help with. Not the one that you're going to leave someone, withering in their shame because you confronted them in a bad manner, in a negative manner, in a manner that makes them feel small. And understand that people have different backgrounds, and they know how we all know how to confront each other, right? We all know how to confront each other. So if we confront each other and they confront you in a manner that's negative, listen to the lesson. Don't listen to how they're talking to you. Listen to the lesson. There's always a lesson. There's always a lesson in there. Take the lesson and keep it moving. Keep it moving so you can start improving, right? I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to breeze through these pointers. Confrontation also allows you to understand conflict resolution, right? So if a person came to you about nyata, if a person nyata'd you in how they approached you, you tell them, I hear you, I hear your pointers, and thank you for making me aware of the things that I was either aware of and I was hiding, or of the things that I wasn't aware of. Thank you for that. But please make it a point that next time you approach someone and teach them about their wrongs, that you approach them with a little bit of kindness, that you approach them with a little bit of ease instead of being judgmental. Conflict resolution, right? You teach it to them, you take the lesson, and then you teach them how to resolve. Abandon temporary thrills. This is my third thing. Instant gratification always leads you to the dumbest, foulest moves and circumstances that you do not want to be embroiled in. Instant gratification, bro. Like, man, stop those 5 conversations you're having on WhatsApp with those girls that you're leading on. Stop them. If you have a girlfriend, bro, if you have a wife, you have a family, you have priorities in your life that demand your attention, start giving your attention to those things. Start giving your attention to those priorities. Start plowing, start planting goodness in that future. Because those priorities that you have are priorities for a damn reason. Those thrills that you're chasing, they're having outside of your relationship, they become a distraction, and they're a distraction from something, right? They become a distraction from something that you're not facing. The conversation liquor, because that's a bit of a soft spot right now in this COVID-19 era. But even the liquor, the conversations, the going out to parties and not sitting at home and not being silent within to fix things that you need to fix, or to ask a brother that you know cares for you. You hear this Empower Works talk right now. There are brothers who care for you. Every single person who's on this line knows someone that can help you with something you're having a struggle with. Silence yourself enough. Silence your need to chase the temporary thrills, the instant gratification. Silence yourself enough to identify why your soul is moved a certain way, why your spirit is moved to one distraction. I just visit my social media because that's a distraction for me building from my lineage, for me building my legacy. Sorry, every single time I'm on social media, I'm not plowing into the company that I need to be plowing into. 6 a.m., I'm on my phone, engaging with people that I know wean value from me, but what value am I getting from them that I'm planting in my family, that I'm planting in my children's lives, that I'm planting in this company that I'm building? You need to start evaluating what is of value that's coming to you from the outside, what you of value in the priorities that are in your life right now: children, parents, family, lover. Determined to stop falling on the template, only going to lead you into deeper holes that you're going to have to come out of, apologize, and then forgive yourself on top of that. There's things you have to forgive in the past that you're using as a reason for you not to show up as 100%. Anything. This is the time. If there's ever been a time you'd ask for forgiveness God from people whom you broke, it is now. Because you don't have time to waste time. You don't have time to waste time anymore, bro. There's a whole system, a whole world system that is formulated for our breaking of the Black family. Do you understand? And you've played into it 100%. And it's a hindrance to you forging a stronger foundation for your legacy, for the legacy that you keep giving birth to with your woman or with these women. The people, the children who are carrying your name are dependent on the every minute you spend plowing into their future. You're borrowing energy and time from there, bro. From them, you're borrowing energy and time from them. If they exist or they past 25, you're borrowing energy and time from that future. If there's ever a time for you to fix anything, bro, and to interrogate yourself deeply, it's now. And I need you to start doing that and stop making excuses as in, I do not have examples of what good Black men are. There are good Black men. If they're not good enough, they're doing something good enough somewhere. Take that, put it in. Take from another man, put it into your life. Use that. Determine. If you're going to change. Don't debate it. Determine yourself in that change. Figure it out. Jump in. And understand, bro, fear is the tool that is used to keep you stuck. It keeps you stuck, man. Fear keeps you stuck. Fear of moving forward, of being good, of being your greatness keeps you stuck. Do not, when you fear, ask, is this real? Is this the truth? Is this thing that's coming into my mind, into my heart? Is this the truth about what my life is? Is it the truth? Is it really real? Anxiety, the anxiety that moves in your body when you have to do something great and positive and plant yourself in that thing and really stand up. Take vows. 2009, I took a vow to be the man I want to be, and I put a tie on. And this tie reminds me of the man that I want to be. I don't take this thing off until I'm done with my day, until I'm done with the things that I've put in my task list, the people that I have to contact, the moves I have to make, until I'm done with my to-do list every single day. This tie doesn't come off, and it's a reminder for me to be the excellence I swore to embody in my family. If the men in my family, if all the men in my family from whatever generation started the Lesolang, Asola family, Anderson family, whatever those men were, all of their prayers, all of those women, all of their prayers have summed up this person that I am today. I'd be goddamned if I'm going to fail 20 more generations up ahead. I'd be damned if I fail that. And I'm responsible for that today. With all of my failings, I accept my feelings, bro. I'd rather fail 100 times and then the 101st time. 101, I become a success. I'd rather fail the 100 times. I want failure because I'm learning lessons. You get me? Failure everywhere. Relationships, everything. Everything, bro. Everything. And I want you to know today, man, there is always going to be a community that embraces the change you walk into. There's always going to be a group of men that are for you and with you in that. Just don't go here. Go here. Shoot for the men that scare you, the men that you talk sly about, the men that you talk smack about. Go here, bro. Go here. Because there's a rule of millionaires. If there's a group of 4 millionaires and you become the fifth person in that group, you're the next millionaire. If there's a group of 5 drinkers and you are the 6th person in that group, you're the 6th drunkard. You're probably going to beat all of them because you want to posture greatness in that group. You know what I mean? Stop making excuses. Stop using fear as an excuse for you not to show up. Stop using your past as a reason for you not to show up. Bro, if you need to see a therapist, call me. Because the change that you want is literally possible in an hour. In an hour. I see change. I'm a transformational therapist. That transformational thing is real. But you have to opt into that change and go into it determined to be that change. Just start imagining what your life looks like, away from the pain, away from the bullshit, away from the drama, away from the hurt that you caused by you not showing up 100%. Start imagining what that future looks like and claim it. Opt into it. Contact Mr. Masiza, bro. Contact Simpiwe. Contact me. Contact any of the men in EmpowerWorks. And band together, because the future that we're building for the Black family is incumbent on us. Do you know why townships and rural areas look the way they look? Because we graduated and we left. And we came to the cities that we locked in right now. We came to the suburban areas in aspirations of some sort of success that we gave ourselves. You know what success is for a Black man? Success for a Black man is empowering his community, bro. Because your children are going to ask you, where did you grow up? You're going to be a millionaire. There's no doubt about that. You're going to be a millionaire. You might even be a multi-billionaire, bro. That's going to happen for you. That's going to happen for you. But you know what your children are going to ask you? But what did you do for your community? What did you do for your people? Assimilation is great and everything, but until you self-determine, there's no help you're going to give another person. It's always going to be a me thing. Because when you function from a broken position, when you function from a broken place, when you function from a traumatized place, from a pain place, from a hurt place, the only thing you're focused with is that pain. That's the only thing you're focused on. So you use women, you use your job, you use liquor, you use drugs, you use cocaine, you use everything to escape the reality of the fact that you're hurt and you have to do the work within yourself. Empower yourself, bro, by opting into the change that you want, the good change that you want. I'm not a motivational speaker because motivation fades away, but you really have to be self-aware, man. You really have to be self-aware. You have to be so self-aware that it pisses people around you off. When Majita look at you in the street, they have to say, oh, he gets a bit. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, because you want to change. You want to influence that change. You want to walk as that change. You know what I mean? The last 2 points that I'm going to say is understand that feelings like anger and lust, they're not facts. Feelings are not facts, bro. What's the fact? What's the truth? What's the reality? The second last point I'm going to make is if you have a dedicated woman in your life, bro, and she wants you against things, women are like the tom-tom or the sat-nav or the navigator. Yaban. The woman that loves you, the woman that plows into you, the woman that gives to you, the woman that gives birth to your lineage, to your future, is tuned into some other frequency that you're not tuned into, bro. But you can only see that and you can only acknowledge that if you stop nyatsing your woman. Stop nyatsing that woman. If she's given you her womb, if she's given you her heart, if she's given you her time and her energy, my bro, start valuing that and start pouring that energy back into that relationship, into that woman. My timeline on Twitter is littered with methods and methodologies on how to succeed. With her, stop asking for space if that space that you take is not being used for you to improve. If you're not going to use that space to improve and include her in that improvement, Don't ask for space. Stay in there and fix it with her. Second last one is face your pain, man. Face your pain. Face your pain. And the last thing, my father taught me this, is you have to be disciplined in life in order for you to achieve the things that you want to achieve. So you have to rob yourself of like frivolity and all of that, right? But if you're disciplined, it means you're a disciple to something. You know what I mean? What are you a disciple to? The goals that you set. What are they serving? What higher purpose are they serving? Other than yourself and you wanting to be rich or affluent, to have that bread or have that pay that rent at the end of the month. Other than you doing those things, what's the higher ideal? You know what I mean? For me, the higher ideal is seeing communities on communities on communities of successful Black families with Black men as the lead of those families, and they Black women. You understand? That's my high ideal. My high ideal is to equip you with the skills, the resources, and the capacity and capability to run a successful Black family with you at the helm, respected, loved, cared for, and valued. That's my ideal in life. And to give you land, to prosper you highly. That is my high ideal for everything that I'm doing. But first, I want to open this. I want to open your brain to your possibilities. If you're using the past as a reason for you not to motion forward, talk to me. If you want to be a high performer, a peak performer, talk to me. If you want to know what it is to be excellence personified, talk to me and empowerment, bro. Because your success is not yours alone. My success is not mine alone, and I know that for a fact. My success, the reason I'm talking to you right now is because I've done the work, right? And the work has been successful. And because the work has been successful, I'm here. I'm here, meaning you have brothers. You have a brotherhood that's here to help you be the best version of yourself that you can be every single day of your life. And understand that you're going to fuck up. We forgive. I'm not gonna abandon you because you fucked up. You just have to be reasonable in how you fucking up. You know what I mean? Black women is for you to fuck up. Your check is not a place for you to fuck up too much. Lessons are in everything. All of your failures, all of your pain, even the past has huge lessons. But stop using it as a reason for you not to show up as the value you are. You're highly valuable. I respect and love you 100%, 100%. But you have to leave the bullshit behind. And that, my good men, is my 30 minutes. That is my 30 minutes. And I'm highly, highly grateful to you all for being here. But if you need anything, man, if you need anything, you will never lack a group of men that can give you that thing, even the negative stuff. You will never lack a group of men that can help you with that thing, anywhere in life. I don't care where it is, bro. I don't care where it is. You could determine to be that millionaire and that billionaire. There is no shortage of Black men that can lead you to those green pastures. Stop limiting yourself in here. Stop nutting yourself. Stop now. The world use it against you. People know what power you are, and to dreams. Stop nutting yourself and step into a situation. Ask for help. Help is there for you. Help is there for you. You know what I mean? But determine yourself for that change. And that's my word for the day.
Wow. Thank you, Hakeem. Thank you so much. If I was to guess, you're probably 500 years old. The wisdom that's packaged in you is unbelievable. And Mr. Bongo made an invaluable contribution also on the chat line. I wish I could read all the comments. What a pity that time robs us. But hey, your contribution is going to make a difference, even if it's for just one more person out there. Really appreciate it and taking the time to share your wisdom. That weakness versus vulnerability. And when you said your children are going to ask you, yes, you made it. Did your community make it? What did you do for your community? It cut deep, my brother. It cut deep. And thank you so much. These conversations are going to continue tomorrow. We've got 3 coming up: gender-based violence against men, a silent crisis. It will then be followed by don't allow your erection to determine your direction. And then we'll close up with men and the LGBTQ plus community tomorrow. Please share widely with everybody the WhatsApp number for people to subscribe and be able to directly be part of the Zoom conversations with empowerment. Is 082 088 5262, and we are live on all social media platforms. As I said, the conversation continues, but for now we are indebted to you for everything that you have shared, my brother, and we truly, 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 from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much for your contribution. I'll unmute everybody just to maybe perhaps give you just a clap of hands to say thank you very much as we sign off, and then we'll see you tomorrow for the next installment.